this is my frustrating thing when it comes to talking about international conflict, when it comes to talking about politics, and when it comes to talking about solving these things on the ground, okay? You've got some people that work incredibly hard in government, in NGOs, in political negotiations from other countries that really try to bring the conflict to the end. And then you've got pundits that make money off of hyperbolizing the actual conflict and not actually saying anything meaningful about it. It is so frustrating to hear over and over again, 150 Palestinians, 150 Palestinians, 150. That doesn't get us anywhere closer to anything. Nobody asked the question, how many Japanese need to die before the war ends? How many German soldiers need to die before the war ends? How many Iraqi soldiers need to die before we stop the first Gulf War? How many people need to die in South Korea, in Vietnam? Like, that's not how anybody has ever thought about the conflict. You don't know how many people died in Yemen, do you? Probably don't know how many people died in the first Gulf War, do you? Probably don't know the total death count in any military conflict, but in this particular one, the only thing anybody seems to know is how many Palestinians died. It's the only thing that people know, which is ironic. Even earlier, you said that you don't care about Palestinian civilian deaths. The only thing you seem to care about is Palestinian civilian deaths. And the only thing that you want is the short-term minimization of those deaths, even if it comes to the long-term actual procurement of a real, lasting, peaceful justice, which is something you have absolutely no concern of talking about, which is why you're presenting the most ahistorical, unbelievable idea ever, that Abbas, who is universally one of the least popular Palestinians ever, you could get a guy called Finkel Goldstein, okay, to be the leader of the Palestinians, and he would pull higher than fucking Abbas. The fact that you want this guy to be the one to negotiate these peace deals with Israel when it would probably lead to the third, fourth, and fifth intifada combined is just an unrealistic solution. But in response to any of these actual roadblocks that somebody puts up before you for peace, the only thing you can say is murder, evil, immoral, 150, dead every day, evil, US, not good, don't support evil. But like even what you're saying here, don't support Israel anymore as the United States. What do you think Israel would do if they didn't have the support of the United States? We might be one of the only partners that are actually reining them in, which we have. It's why we've encouraged them to slow down on their strikes. It's why we've encouraged them to allow humanitarian aid in. We're probably one of the only people that Israel will actually listen to when it comes to curbing the violence that happens against Palestinians. I think that there needs to be an actual conversation sometimes about pundits like actually talking about realistic peace plans and not just repeating these like talking points over and over again of like 150 dead, 150 dead. That doesn't get us anywhere. We've never thought about any conflict like that ever.